Okay, if you would pan the audience there. Everybody wave, smile again one
Wait,
more time.
One more time.
All right.
I think everybody's in there.
Thank you. Now, like I say, this time, really without further ado, we'll begin the last exciting installment of Exciting Speeches by Deb. In days gone by, the ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius used to say that music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot live without. Now, I'm sure there are those of you out there in the audience who listen to music. Some of you might even still listen to music, and some of you out there might play a musical instrument, Dave again, and some of you might just play the radio, like my mother. I myself happen to be one of the people who can play a musical instrument. Now, I've done a little research on about how playing a musical instrument can actually benefit you in several different ways, and I'll be using my experience with that to help back it up. After hearing this speech, you might be persuaded to go out and pick up a musical instrument, and you'll learn about my input on how music can increase brain activity, how it can help combat memory loss, it can even alleviate some of the symptoms of stress and depression. Now, let's get talking about some of the benefits about playing music. A study from an online magazine, The Telegraph, states that playing music on a regular basis can actually change the power and shape of your brain, improving your cognitive skills. This article also states that playing a musical instrument on a regular basis can also improve your IQ by up to 7 points. Another article from a scientific journal, The Psychology of Music, states that children, when enrolled in multiple year-long music programs, attain higher levels of cognitive and comprehensive skills than their peers who were not musically trained. The article also states that it promotes more time management among America's youth, as in it takes time to practice music and be enrolled in a musical program. Therefore, you have to organize that time around the daily chores of your regular life. Now, a better and smarter and more prompt America, that sounds like something we could all want. Pass it on down to your children, America. Next subject. Anyway, we'll go on into how music can help combat memory loss. A study at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, took 70 musicians, 70 non-musicians, aged anywhere from 59 to 80, and put them through a series of neuropsychological tests. This experiment proved that musicians had the upper hand at combating memory loss with age, as they scored higher in areas such as visual and spatial renderment, motor dexterity, verbal recall, and mental acuity. Another study from a scientific journal, Neuropsychology, stated that children, when in the early years of their lives, if they begin to play a musical instrument and continue the practice for at least 10 or so years, they've already laid some serious groundwork in preventing memory loss with age and fighting other disabilities such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Now on to the third topic of this speech, how music can help you alleviate stress. That's something we all want to talk about, especially here at the end of the semester. We've got so many exams coming up, and some of us are just naturally stressed people. Anyway, an article from WebMD states that when you begin to play music on a recreational level, it can actually set off the opposite chain reaction that is set off when your stress level begins to rise. So therefore, playing music recreationally kind of, backs the stress off, kind of pushes it away. We're just going to push it away with the music. They also say that playing music recreationally makes you feel more comfortable, relaxed, and creative within your own self. This article does, however, state, though, that you should avoid picking up complex instruments to play recreationally like the violin or the cello or even the guitar, as the fingerwork can take years and years and years to improve. It also states that to avoid the mastery of instruments, just play recreationally or play by ear. It's the best way, it's fun, and it'll help you alleviate stress. The article from WebMD also states that musical therapy has been reaching out in more ways than one here lately. It's been able to help some youths combat depression, as well as reaching out to children with autism. And lastly, musical therapy has been reaching out to some of our older students, such as children in nursing programs, or students in nursing programs who have been suffering from burnout due to stress, and it's helped inner city high school groups perform better on an academic and sociological level. All I'm really trying to say with this speech here is at the end of the day, when you feel like, punching someone or throwing a fit or crying, just go get some pots and pans and bang on them just for the hell of it. Make some noise. Music is music. You should pick it up and pass it down. It'll promote a better and smarter America, and that's it. I'd like to thank my wonderful audience. If you would all please clap before she stops the recording. And